Hello, haven't done a podcast in a while, so I wanted to get back on here and do, I guess, what I'll call season 3. Um, yeah, it's been a pretty great year. Earlier you may have seen Mickey, my cat, unfortunately did pass away, so that definitely was a low point that has happened between um, now and the last time that I've posted a podcast. So that's been hard. He was sick for a good amount of time. So maybe like a year and a half or 2 years. Um, Before that, as some of you may know, he did get diagnosed with kidney failure, and he outlived all of the doctor's expectations, and so it was really a miracle. And in his last days, he was so sweet, and it was just such a blessing to be able to take care of him and in his old age and even in his illness. And I'm just so grateful to the Lord for giving me such an amazing cat for over 2 decades. And even just the way that we met Mickey at the Humane Society at the cat house, he came up to us and he chose us in a way. And I was only 8 years old or something. So, I mean, I was in 3rd grade, I think. And so, yeah, that's been something that's been on my heart and that I've talked to some friends about, and that one of my friends suggested that's actually how she got her dog, was that she was going to the Humane Society or to an animal shelter to just do a foster for the day, take the dog walking and take it out of the shelter. But she ended up falling in love with the dog, and so her dog ended up getting adopted, I think that day or later in the week. But we adopted Mickey that day, and he was a kitten, and he grew up to be such an angel boy. He was kind of crazy for a little while, but yeah, I miss him so much. I think my dog really misses him. I can tell that she's kind of lonelier, and obviously she is also slowing down. But yeah, I miss him so much. I miss him every day. Going home for the holidays was really hard just because it was my first time going back home since he passed away. And luckily I was home for a work engagement for the Hawaii International Film Festival when Mickey declined rapidly and passed away. And so I was able to hold him and say goodbye. It was really sad and really hard, though. It was probably honestly one of the hardest things I've ever had to do or have ever gone through. And so I've just been taking time to heal and try to be gentle with myself and connect with my family and love the people that and my dog, who are still with me and who miss Mickey too. So yeah, I just wanted to do a little tribute to Mickey. He was the best cat. He would get me working all the time. He was really just the one who would get me to do my work in the sun in the afternoon, as he would oversee. I know he's still watching me from above, and so I have solace in that. But I won't lie, it's definitely been a really challenging last few months, just trying to figure out what my life is without him. I mean, he was my cat for 21 years. So, and I mean, I just turned 30 as well, so that's a whole nother thing. But he was my cat for a really long time, and I don't really know life without him, I realized. And so I've also started to falsies, or I'm trying to practice, but I don't know if it's, I don't know, sorry guys if it's distracting, but um I used to wear them all the time, and I feel like I haven't worn them in a while, so like I'm not great at putting them on. Also, these are like really long in comparison to the ones that I used to wear, and curly compared to the ones that I used to wear. And so I've just been having kind of a hard time doing them, but or putting them on. But I'm just grateful for the time that we had with Mickey. I'm so blessed to have been able to have him as my cat and as my baby and my first baby ever. Um, so so yeah, I'm excited to just come back with like another season. I hope to talk to more people this season, and that's really something that I am hoping to um engage more with and push myself outside of my comfort zone with. And so I hope to speak to a few different people. Um, Other than that, I'm just so grateful for the Lord's like grace and provision and constancy over my life and over all of our lives. And obviously, I didn't get to chat with all of you either about the fires. So, for those of you who are like in the LA area or know people who are in LA and who doesn't know someone who's been affected, um, I my heart just goes out to everyone who's been affected by the fires, who's been displaced, who's lost anything. Sadly, I know a number of people who've lost everything, and obviously, I'm continually praying for them and for their recovery and for their healing and peace. It can be a very scary thing, even just my own experience coming back from Hawaii. There was a wind advisory, and there was a fire out in Malibu. But when I landed, I got the news that the fire in Pasadena had broken out, the Eaton fire, and so I was just trying to figure everything out. I ended up deciding to fly back to Hawaii because everyone was evacuating. And to be honest, being in the plane was so scary because it was rocking like more than a boat. I felt like if that is how a plane was withstanding the wind, I could only imagine like how a car would be. But at the same time, I also felt like it was kind of like the eye of a storm, in the sense that we could see the fires when we were flying in, and it was really turbulent, and then really turbulent, and then really calm, like as you got closer. So there was that like eerie calm of like the eye of the storm. And so I definitely experienced that. I actually got very motion sick and very sick, or just anxious maybe as well. And so, I, yeah, needed to kind of also recover from that. But I ended up going home and just staying for 3 weeks. And honestly, on the way to the airport, and in the days leading up to the airport or to my flight, I was saying to my parents that, I wish I had a little bit more time to spend with them for the holidays, and I wasn't really ready to leave. And so I feel like sometimes the Lord just like works things out and directs things in ways that we may not fully understand at the time, but that are like ultimately for like our highest benefit. And so I was able to like spend time with my mom and play tennis, which we weren't really able to do much because of the weather and just scheduling things during the holidays. And so that was honestly a real treat, just being able to be with my parents, be with my dog more, take care of her as well, and then see friends. And but honestly, if I'm being honest, I was really depressed. When I think about it, I kind of, after I came back, didn't really go out very much. Is this eyelash okay? I think it's about to fall off. But I was a little worried about what I was going to come back to, whether I was going to be able to still live here. Thank the Lord that they were able to have it cleaned and that the damage was really minimal and it was a pretty secure structurally. So we were able to come back, but I did definitely think, like, do I need any of that stuff, or will I just let it all go? I mean, when I was talking to one of my friends when I was calling them from the airport saying, should I come back to Pasadena? And they were like, oh, definitely not unless you need to grab something. And I was like, well, I don't need to grab anything. If I lose it all, like, whatever, I'll start over again. And I mean, I think that also just speaks to like, it does speak to the just like the inconstancy of like material life and how that stuff, like, ultimately all the stuff in the world, like, it just disappears. And obviously, like, I love my space and I'm so grateful for all of my things, and I'm so thankful that I was able to come back and not have to like replace everything. But like at the same time, like at the end of the day, like I was just so grateful that I was able to like hug my mom and my dad and my dog, and and everything else can be replaced. So I hope that's just like a great message. This is my New Year's message. I hope that everyone has a great 2025. I feel like this year is going to be so amazing. Like, I just have a great feeling about 2025. I feel like it has a great ring to it. It looks great. And so I hope that everyone's having like a great start of the year so far. And I definitely am excited to do more podcasts, do more vlogs. I have a lot of vlog content because like I haven't edited in so long, and I didn't know if I really wanted to like continue doing them or transition into some other sort of film or like media. And so I am just going to like continue to pray on it and see is what I'm led to do. I've also been working on editing like the documentary that I shot, and I want to also shoot a little bit more for that. And then, yeah, just getting back into the swing of things here, honestly. I think it was, yeah, just crazy with the fires. And then I celebrated my 30th birthday, and so that was definitely something that I've been looking forward to for so long. Like, it's, like 13 going on 30 kind of vibes. And so I'm so grateful for my life and everything, but definitely there were a lot of things that I had expected to do by 30, like have children or like that sort of thing. And so I think that I definitely spent a lot of time like looking inwardly, praying, meditating, journaling, um, hopefully manifesting. And so I'm so excited for this decade, and I know it's going to be like my best decade yet. And yeah, so excited to have this time to reflect and to dream and to pray. So thanks for listening and for coming alongside me. I love you all. And until next time.